Okay, so I'm back. So good morning, students. Again, good day. Okay, so this is the continuation of the discussion about the transportation model. So we'll have our method two, okay, in solving the transportation method. It involves the Grady method or the minimum cost method solution. So Grady method yung tawag sa kanya. Sige, let's start. So in a grading method or the minimum cost method solution, okay, so wait lang ah. Okay, sige, start. Uh, what what is the meaning of the grading method or minimum cost method solution? So a grading method is an approach, okay, is an approach or an algorithmic paradigm to solve a certain types of problems to find the optimal solution. So the approach of the greedy method is considered to be the easiest and the simplest or the simple to implement. So the greedy method is used to solve the optimization problem. So which means that the problem asks for either minimum result or the maximum result of the specific problem. Okay, here are the steps in solving involving the Grady method. Okay, steps in establishing the Grady method or the minimum cost method or the MCM. Okay, denoted by MCM. So number one or the step one, identi- identify the cell. Identify the cell that has the lowest unit cost. If there's a tie, select one, arbitrarily allocate the quantity to the cell that is equal to the lower available supply for the row and the demand for the column. Okay, so first we need to allocate the quantity to the cell, yung pinaka-lowest that is equal to the lower available supply for the row and the demand for the column. So then mark out the cell in the row or column that has been exhausted or both. If both have been exhausted, adjust the remaining row or column total accordingly. And number three, identify the cell with the lowest cost. From the remaining cells, allocate quantity to the cell that is equal to the lower of the available supply of the row and the demand for the column. And number four, repeat steps 2 and repeat step 3 until all supplies and demand have been allocated or satisfied. Sige. So the same problem ha. The same problem in the uh, WSS company sells desktop computers to IT companies in Metro Manila and ships them from three distribution warehouse located in three different areas. So the company is able to supply the following numbers of desktop computers to IT companies by the beginning of the year. Okay, so the same problem, but the different is or the different or the method in solving that specific problem. So we are going to use the Grady method or the minimum cost method solution. Okay, so let's start. So make or create the uh, initial tableau involving the transportation model. Okay, step 1. Okay? So the same problem lang po. Ha? The same problem lang. So, step 1. Beginning with the lowest cost. Okay, so dapat yung sa step natin is we need to identify the lowest unit cost. So, ito yung mga cost plus 7, 10, 6, 5, 12, 3, 9, 10, and 14. So, magkaiba-iba yung mga destination nila, di ba? So, yung mga cost nila is different din. Okay, so the lowest cost daw yung we need to find the lowest cost. Okay, di ba? So, beginning in the lowest cost, so saan yung lowest cost natin, di ba? Yung lowest cost is the x sub 3b, di ba? X sub 3b. So, x sub 3 row and under in the b column. So, sino? Si 3, di ba? Yung 3. So, we need to allocate. So, ano yung demand ni company B? Yung demand nila class is 80. But the problem, yung supply nila is 50 lang yung supply ni warehouse 3. So that is why yung demand na 80 minus 50 is equal to 30. So 30 na lang yung remaining niya, 'di ba? Ni tawag nito ni company B. So therefore, yung row 3 wala nang supply. Pag wala nang supply, okay, cross out na natin. Okay? Na exhausted na 'yan, 'di ba? So step 2 na tayo. Okay? Wala na ito ha, yung row 3. Wala nang supply. Okay? Wala nang supply. So step 2. Of the cells that remain, X sub 1B has the lowest cost. So meron siyang lowest cost, yung X sub 1B. So, 'di ba? Sino? Si 5, 'di ba? Lowest cost niya is 5. So allocate 30 units in cell X sub 1B. So, 'di ba? Meron remaining na 30, 'di ba? Na yung demand. So, copy natin doon sa may X sub 1 na row. Okay? Copy natin yung 30. So, doon tayo maglagay. Huwag dito sa 12. Dili na to ma-minimize, 'di ba, ang product or ang kwarta dito ma-minimize ang kwarta. So, 'yon, allocates 30 or plug in 30 units and X sub 1B ito. And merong, 'di ba? Merong supply si company si warehouse 1. Meron siyang supply which are 150 units. So 150 minus 30 units. So that would be 120 na lang. So yan. Okay, cross out na. Okay, wala na ito and ito. Wala na ito si company. Okay? So cross out na yung demand. So the cells in column B are crossed out along with the total. So the remaining demand for the row 1 is 120 units. So that the column total must be adjusted accordingly. So yung syempre change na yung supply ni warehouse 1 because nag-minus tayo ng demand na 30 units. So 150 minus 30 units is 120. Yun. So step 3. So cross out na natin yung mga na-solve natin ha. Cross out mo lang yon. So ito na lang yung remaining. So of the remaining cell, X sub 1 has the lowest cost. Hanapin yung lowest cost. Then assign 100 units. So bakit? Bakit mag-assign tayo ng 100 units? Because yung company A is meron siyang demand na 100 units. So, copy natin doon sa column A dito. And si warehouse 1, meron siyang 150 units na supply. Ay, 150. 120 pala. 120 na supply. 'Di ba? So, because the column 1 has been satisfied, the cells in the column must be crossed out. So, wait lang ha. 120, yung demand ni company A is 100, di ba? So, 120, meron siyang supply na 120 minus 100. Okay? So, 20 na lang yung remaining. So, that is why 20 na lang yung natira dito. 20 na lang. So, 100 na dito. So, yon, cross out natin yung company A. Yan, cross out natin yan. So, ang na-remain na lang class, so na-satisfied na ito yung company A and company B. Yung remaining na lang is column C or the company C. Di ba? Na company C. So, yon. So, the cell X sub 1C, so sino yung pinaka-lowest? Di ba si 9? Cross out natin yun na naka-highlight na yan. So, we don't need to solve that one. Ito, wala na. So, di ba si 9? Solve pa na nung cross out na ako na. Okay? Si 9 is the lowest cost. So, therefore, class, di ba na pa man siya 20 na supply? So, lagay natin 20 dito sa C. Okay? Para ma-satisfied na. Okay? Para mahurot na ang supply ni warehouse 1. So, lagay na lang dito yung 20. So, yung 220 class, di ba na demand, minus ka na lang ng 20 sa company C. Di ba? Yung meron siyang demand pa, di ba? So, 220 minus 200. So, yon, ang natira na lang is 200. And now, di ba, yung supply, ni warehouse, yung supply ni warehouse to, meron siyang 200. And the demand of the company C is 200 pa, di ba? So, ilagay mo lang dito, class. Okay? So, wala na. Di ba? Wala na. So, therefore, the last remaining cell, X sub to C, then the receives a quantity of 200 units. So, canceling the remaining supply and the demand for both its row and column. So, wala na. Okay? So, solve na yung problem natin. Exhausted na or satisfied na lahat. So, lahat ng nakuha natin, yung na-distribute natin na mga demand and minus ng na-supply, so we need to make the tabular solution, the feasible solution. So, source destination, ito yung x sub 3b, ito yun, 50 times 3, so pasunod lang siya. X sub 1b, 30 times 5, x sub 1a, 100 times 7, x sub 1c, 20 and times 9, and the x sub 2c, 200 times 10. So, 50 times 3, 150, 30 times 5 is equal to 150, 100 times 7, 700, 20 times 10, 180, and 200 times 10, 2,000. And the total of, or the total cost, okay, the cost, 3,180 pesos. So, that would be the minimum solution or the cost for the grading method. So, the same problem lang po ha. Okay, and that would be all. Thank you.